Okay, part two of Coming When Called. The do's, way more fun than the don'ts. Okay, so do use a pleasant voice when you're calling your dog. My 13-year-old dog, who's kind of, well, he's a turd, he knows to come when called. So I can be firm with Stuart because, let's face it, those of you who know Stuart, he likes it when at least once a day I go, Stuart! But he kind of lives for that. It's like a little scorecard. But if I was teaching a dog who either didn't know to come when called or was remedial doing coming when called, or a puppy, being more firm with them just intimidates them. So I make sure it sounds like I'm not angry. Now, the great news is you can say horrible stuff to your dog if you're frustrated, but if it's in a sweet tone of voice and you're genuinely smiling, they won't know. So you could say not so nice things, but still have it sound pleasant and be a pleasant tone of voice for your dog. Do call your dog when you're pretty sure they're going to come anyway. You know, like those cellophane moments, right? Or when you want to go to the bathroom by yourself. My dogs always know when I'm going to the bathroom. They have to go. So if I slid Marco come in there, dude, he's going to follow me anyway. So it's a free one. I get to take advantage of it. Do touch your dog every single time they come when called. And this is an important one. Lots of us go, Marco, come. Here's a cookie, and off the dog goes, and we don't ever put our hands on them. And touching your dog is part of the exercise because part of the point of coming when called is you could catch them if you needed to. If you have a stinker, feel free to use a drag line. A drag line can just be 10 feet of clothesline you tie to your dog's collar. In particular, this works for puppies, adolescent dogs, and dogs who think it's hysterical to go and hide under the bed to then become little baby velociraptors or play the alligator game under the bed when you try to grab them. If the clothesline is hanging out from under the bed, you can step on it, say, hey, come out here, Fluffy. And if Fluffy goes, you can reel Fluffy in like a little fish while having a party about how smart Fluffy is, and then cookies can happen. Even though you're doing 100% of the work, it doesn't matter. You want coming when called to be a pleasurable experience. You're just reducing Fluffy's opportunity to run it off in the ditch. Short training sessions, anything over 5 minutes is too long, and you really cannot practice this enough. Now, I will say, I pretty much always use food and play when my dogs come when called. I don't ask for freebies very often. And the reason is because I don't want to do so many freebies that if I ever really need my recall, my dog is like, doesn't really ever pony up anything. Not going to do it. I want them to believe in their little doggy hearts that I'm a kind of benevolent queen who ponies up the good stuff every time they come when called. So make sure that you work on this more than you think you need to. And if you have a situation where you call Rover and Rover goes, do I want to chase the bunny or do I want to go to mom? You need to practice it more. That's like a great way to know you need to practice it more. So I'm going to take a break here and then we'll actually show you how to do the exercises.